Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Or perhaps by the time you watch this, or perhaps you're just in a different part of the world than we are, it's good afternoon or good evening to you. Whatever time of day this meditation finds you, thank you for dropping into our circle. Our teacher for this week is Hermann Hesse, and I have a couple of, I think, really powerful thoughts from Hermann Hesse to guide us into meditation today. Maggie, a very good morning. Somebody, good morning. Estella, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Awesome seeing you all here. Leanne, a very good morning to you. It's so nice to see you. Right, a few thoughts from Hermann Hesse to get us into today's journey. Hey Nella, good morning, it's good to see you. And that's that the human condition so often finds itself gripping on tightly to what it perceives to be a sense of safety, while violently resisting the things that scare it. And that's kind of what Hermann Hesse speaks about in today's message. Michelle, good morning. Good to see you. Hello. So stretched thin between holding on to what is fleeting and also trying to resist what is inevitable, this often leaves us with very little energy to spend on where we can actually be effective. Hermann Hesse says, some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it's letting go that takes strength. No permanence is ours, says Hermann Hesse. No permanence is ours. We are a wave that flows to fit whatever form it finds. And the last thought by Hermann Hesse says, you say yes to the sunlight and the pure fantasies, so you have to say yes to the filth and the nausea too. Everything is within you, gold and mud, happiness and pain, the laughter of childhood and the apprehension of death. Say yes to everything, shirk nothing. And it's so often our resistance to one half. We have acceptance of the pretty half and resistance to the ugly half. And so often it's this resistance to the ugly half that causes the storm in our pond and causes us to splash and create all of this murkiness and a lack of clarity in our pond. Are we able to do both? Can we say yes to the sunlight and the fantasy, and also yes to the filth and the nausea? We'll explore that a little bit in today's meditation. Resist nothing and hold on to nothing. In this space of surrender, the water is calm and therefore clear. In this clarity, you'll be able to see what your next action should be. Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Leshna. Love having you here. If you're ready, you can close your eyes. Let's float away together on today's journey, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, feel yourself grow from your core, expanding outwards in all directions. And once you have a belly full of air, slowly, slowly let all of it go. For the moment, bring your attention specifically to this long, slow exhale. And as you bring your attention to the long, slow exhale, really feel the softening. Get your body to really get into the softening. Soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, drop your head. And as you soften, repeat to yourself the word surrender. And see if you're able to feel that in your body while you exhale. Surrender. And I want you to pay specific attention to what lies at the other end of this softening, what lies at the other end of this surrender. Let your breath show you what happens. And of course, it's the next powerful inhale It is the next act of creation, rising into your full power as you fill up your belly with air again. True surrender is not a giving up. True surrender is never a complete absence of action. But true surrender has no interest in wasting effort, wasting energy on what is not mine to control. True surrender is a lean into reality, a commitment to seeing exactly what is there, and taking action in a way that makes my energy effective. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine and see if you're able to tilt your head towards the left while you tilt your hips towards the right. And then change the directions, curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence as much as we are able to for the moment, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is a really good place to stop. However, if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale you possibly can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slowly settles in every muscle. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation that invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring this word to the front of your mind again. Invite it into your body. Surrender. Take your next big breath. Hermann Hesse's message from this morning speaks about that part of the human condition that so easily wants to be in resistance to reality. We're perfectly happy to accept the pretty, but we're easily in resistance to the ugly, or what we perceive to be ugly. Do you have any recent examples of your own resistance to reality the way it is, or the way it presented itself in that moment? What is your experience? What are your examples with being in resistance to reality as it is? Take your next big breath. I'll use Hermann Hesse's examples. He says, you say yes to the sunlight and pure fantasies. So you have to say yes to the filth and the nausea too. As you take your next big breath, explore this within yourself. The saying yes to the sunlight and the pure fantasies. Do you find yourself being in resistance to the filth and the nausea? Or can you have acceptance for them too? Take your next big breath. You easily say yes to the gold. Are you in resistance to the mud? Take your next big breath. easily say yes to happiness? But what about pain? Are you in resistance to pain? Or can you have acceptance for pain too? Take your next big breath. And then the laughter of childhood. It is so easy and almost obvious that we'd have complete acceptance for the laughter of childhood. But then what about our apprehension of death? Is that something we completely ignore and pretend doesn't exist? Or is it something you can come up close to, have a look at, have a conversation with your own fear of death? Take your next big breath. The message from Hermann Hesse is that these things are all within us. These opposites exist within us. And when we are resistant to the reality of life, we are resistant to the part of us that is in fear of this reality. We are creating resistance within us and against ourselves, and in fact resistance to life itself. How often is this the cause of the storm in our pond? Saying yes to one but no to the other. At what point does our no become splashing? Splashing in resistance in our pond, churning the bottom of the pond into a muddy murkiness, and the surface of the water into choppy waves. Do you have an experience of what that feels like? Take your next big breath. Sometimes getting out of our pond simply looks like, yes, I will take a good look at the filth and the nausea too. Instead of pretending it doesn't exist, instead of trying to look the other way, let me come face to face with that too and see what is there. I accept that I have to deal with the mud as well. I understand that experiencing pain is a part of being alive. The only time we'll never experience pain is when we're not alive anymore. I accept that pain is something I can lean into. And I can listen to the voice that speaks in fear of something like death. I can say yes to everything and shirk nothing. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness to settle into every cell in your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. When we let go of our resistance and turn towards whatever there is to turn towards, When we stop fighting, running, numbing, all of the old things that we used to try and pretend we don't need to deal with, is always like stepping out of the pond. To try and get a good look at exactly what's here. Let me stop splashing and really see. And just like our breath teaches us, that on the other side of softening, on the other side of surrender, lies rising, taking empowered action. So the pond teaches us that when we stop splashing, slowly, the water clears. When we turn towards and say, I will sit with this, I will be with this, I'll stop running, I'll stop turning away, I can be with this however hard it is. Always leads to seeing right through the water. To seeing the bottom with clarity again. And once we have clarity, we can take the next small step again. Surrender is a skill. It requires practice. When we learn what it really means to surrender, then we get to know how surrender always leads to clarity. Always leads to knowing which action to take next. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for becoming deeply familiar with my pond. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for becoming better at recognizing my own splashing. Recognizing that I am causing a storm in my pond. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for having let go of the expectation that at some point I should have learned enough to never cause a storm in my pond again. But simply being open and willing to recognize again and again when I'm in the middle of that storm. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the clarity that always comes from surrender. And Thank you for the patience that knows that even when I believe I've gotten out of the pond, it might take a while for the water to settle. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Can you have acceptance for both? The pretty and the ugly? And again, ultimately it comes down to what is within us. Our having acceptance for our own pretty and also ugly. If we can't bring them together and hold our own beautiful and messy together, we will forever be in the storm in the pond. Lots of love to you all. Thank you, Sun, Marie, and Estelle. Ingo, thanks for popping in today. Honey, good morning. It is good to see you. Thank you, Leshna. Thank you, Leanne. It's really good to see you. Thank you, Anthony, Maggie, and whoever else might be in the background. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.